So the sky was crazy red this morning and supposed to get a lot of rain tonight. A lot of heavy winds and downpours. Supposed to get 4 inches of rain. So they're talking about flooding, power outages, 60-mile-an-hour wind. We'll just have to see if we get this. It's supposed to come through in the middle of the night. It's going to be the worst part about it. The snow is all gone. I'll tell you, last night, that wind was pretty strong. I could hear people's trash barrels being blown around. Could hear it rattling the siding on the house. And that rain was coming down at a very, very heavy clip. Probably for about 3 hours, we had some torrential downpours. But happy to say this morning, the yard is not as flooded as the last storm. Seen some news reports where they got some 90-mile-an-hour wind gusts down at the coast. That's over hurricane force winds. I don't know, did we have our third hurricane in probably about a month's time in December and January? These weather patterns are getting very weird. So I'm hearing a lot of sirens in town. I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook about people needing to get their basements pumped out.
It surprised me how quickly the snow melted.
Wow, that farm got flooded. You can see the river in back just totally overflowed and flooded out this entire farm. Hard to believe, just 2 days ago, I was over filming how beautiful the snowfall was in this area. Wow, this is absolutely crazy. This is why they say turn around and don't drown, people. The water actually at one time probably did come over this, and right at the road's edge, you can see where all this is eroded away. Well, usually this is an easy, peaceful, flowing river, which I have kayaked in the past. And right now, as you can see, it's flowing at a pretty good rate. The boat launch right behind me, back there, is under probably about 2.5 to 3 feet of water, estimated, right about at the end of it where you normally launch your kayak into the river. Even the platform that you could stand on to fish off of underneath the bridge is not there. You can't even see it anymore. That little fishing spot right there is usually about 3 or so feet above the river itself. Right now the water is up equal with it. Where I said there's usually a 3 to 4 foot drop from the wall to the river, it's right up with it now. The little island where that tree is there is underwater right now. Not going to get too close because I don't know how much of this is washing away, but this is all cement and stone. And yep, to the wall. This is usually a peaceful river that you can kayak up with no problem. Even the little walkway on the opposite side of the road that you could climb down and fish along is totally gone right now. Not sure in the springtime to be any trout fishing here, depending on how much of it actually erodes away. The river has totally overflowed its bounds and is almost actually right up on the bike path. I heard the last 2 storms that we had, it actually had flooded the bike path. Wow. Usually you can't even see the water from here. Say another 2 to 3 feet, it'd be up over the bike path. Now that wind is kicking up again. Probably going to mess with the audio a little bit. Yeah, it's still windy. As I was driving along, there were a bunch of trees down. Couldn't get out and film them because they're actually on people's private property. Oh, wow. Check this out. A couple years ago, I came to this area once during the autumn and also once during the winter and filmed how tranquil this area is with a kind of a swampy meadow area both off to the left and right, how beautiful the foliage was, how small the river was, and how you could actually kayak. Check out after the storm of last night. Again, this is all flooded. Almost right up on the bike path. Yeah, this side here is all flooded. But check out when I get down to the bridge. That swampy meadow area, totally underwater. Wow, look at the old railroad bridge. Remember the last time I was here? There was at least 3 to 4 feet, and you could almost walk across this area. No walking across that today. This is probably a good 4 to 5 feet deep right now. That is a lot of water for something that was probably only barely over my ankles deep to possibly being 5 to 6 feet deep now. That is a lot of water. Don't know how well this is going to pick this up, but if you were to step 2 or 3 feet out, you'd probably be pretty close to waist deep, if not over your head right now. They say the last 2 storms were worse, but this is the first time I've actually seen it this flooded myself. And that little swampy area actually being a pond. So even here at the old mill, the water is usually not this high up. It's like not really going to get down to the lower walkway without getting wet. I'm going to have to go around. Looks like the old paved road up behind the mill is finally gone. All washed away. A couple more trees down. And up over there. Last year there still was some pavement up through here, but well, as you can see with the flooding and such, looks like all the pavement's washed away and it's all mud now. Well, the mud up through there is all squishy and soft, plus it's flooded. Went to go take a step and almost sunk in up over my boot, so looks like I'm not going to get back there to the river today. Road's completely washed out and flooded right now. So you can see where this old paved road going up behind the old mill and down along the river was, but pavement has all collapsed, washed away. Last 3 storms just totally took this out. So this is what happens to your streets when there's flooding and why you should not drive over flooded roads. It all washes out underneath the tar, then you get the weight on it. And that's what happens, and that's why a lot of cars end up sinking. So I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me with how loud this is. But right now I am at the Gaza Dam in Mapleville, Rhode Island. You can just see the force coming off that dam, the force of the water.